Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is 𝐵𝐺𝐸, and in today's video, I'll explain you about one of the beautiful service from Google Cloud, which is Google Cloud Run. So I will explain you about what is Google Cloud Run, and I will explain you in detail by doing some practical implementations. Okay, so here you can see Google Cloud Run is a fully managed serverless compute platform that lets you to run containerized applications, allowing you to focus on building and deploying applications without managing infrastructure. Meaning, Google Cloud Run takes care of managing servers and scaling of infrastructure, allowing you to run containerized applications efficiently. You can get to focus on building great applications while Google handles infrastructure. Okay, so here you can see how does Google Cloud Run works. So here Google Cloud Run works on Knative, an open source framework that enables serverless workloads on Kubernetes. When you deploy a containerized applications to Cloud Run, Google provides an HTTPS endpoint that automatically scales based on request volume. Okay, so here there are the some of the advantages of using this Google Cloud Run, and these are the some of the advantages like fully managed, auto scaling, cost effective, fast deployment, and built-in security. Okay, so first I will explain you about fully managed. So here, fully managed is nothing but you need not to worry about server maintenance, networking, or scaling. And the second thing is auto scaling. So Cloud Run automatically adjusts resources based on traffic. And the third thing is cost effective. You only pay for the exact compute time your application uses. And the fourth thing is fast deployment. So you can deploy your containerized applications in second. And the fifth point is built-in security. So Cloud Run works in an isolated environment with automatic HTTPS and IAM based access control. Okay. So, in today's video, first I will explain you how we can deploy a sample application on Google Cloud Run, and after I will explain you how we can deploy our own containerized application on Google Cloud Run, and how we can update our Cloud Run services with new images, and how we can manage traffic between all these revisions. I will explain you each and everything in detail by doing some practical implementations. Okay, so previously I created a blog on Medium about this Google Cloud Run, so I will provide this blog link in my video description. So please have a look on this blog. Okay, so by following this blog, you can learn what is Google Cloud Run and what are the advantages of using Google Cloud Run, and how this Google Cloud Run works internally, and how we can deploy a sample application on Google Cloud Run, and how we can deploy our own containerized application on Google Cloud Run, and how we can manage traffic between multiple containers revisions. Okay, I have written end-to-end blog. Okay, so I will provide this blog link in my video description. So please have a look on this blog. So okay, so let's jump onto Google Cloud Console and let's deploy a sample application. Okay, so directly jump onto Google Cloud Console and directly search for Cloud Run. Okay, so here you can see this is Cloud Run, fully managed application platform. Okay, directly open this. So here you can see currently we don't have any of the services. So currently let's create one of the sample service. Okay, so directly select your deploy container and directly select your service. So here, if you have your Docker image on Artifact Registry or Docker Hub, you can directly pull that Docker image here. Or else, if you are this is the first time you can deploy a sample container. So here you can directly select test with a sample container. So it will provide you a sample Docker image. So here you can see this is the sample Docker image which is provided by Google Cloud Run. Okay. So here we need to give the service name. So let's give the service name like hello-default. So this is the default image which is provided by Google Cloud Run, right? So that's where I'm going to select hello-default. Okay. So here region I'm going to select US Central one. So that means I'm going to deploy my application on US Central one. So if you want to deploy on different region, you can directly select your region. So here I'm going with US Central one, and after that, this is the endpoint URL. So using this endpoint only, we are going to access our application. So here you can see it is HTTPS. Everything will be managed by Google Cloud itself. Okay, so this is one of the beauty of using this Google Cloud Run. And here in authentication, here I'm going to select allow unauthenticated invocations. Okay, so here building I'm going to select request based, and service scaling. Currently I'm going to leave this default, or else if you want to manage minimum instances, you can directly select here one or two. Okay, that is up to your wish. So currently I'm going to select here zero. Because why? Because means this is a sample application, right? So that's where I'm going to select zero. And this is the main thing, ingress. So I want to expose directly to internet, right? So that's where I'm going to select all. So here you can see allow direct access to your services from internet. So from internet, everyone can access your application using this endpoint. Okay, so you can directly come down. So here you can see containers, volumes, networking, and security. If you drop down this, if your container is running on some other different ports, you can directly provide this. You can directly change this port. So currently, I'm going to deploy default default image, right? So this image is running on port 8080. So I'm leaving this port by default. Okay. So after that, resources, memory, and CPU, I'm going to leave this everything by default. And here I'm going to directly select create. So now a sample application will be deployed on Google Cloud Run. So here you can see creating service has been completed, setting IAM policies has been completed, creating revision has been completed. So currently it is routing traffic. Okay. So let's wait. Traffic currently it is going 0%. So using this URL, you can directly access your application. So here you can see it is showing HTTPS. That means it is secure. Okay. So everything will be managed by Google Cloud itself. Okay. You need to deploy your container image itself. Okay. Everything will be managed by Google Cloud. You can directly copy this URL and open a new tab and directly paste it here. Okay. So I'm going to select here enter. So here you can see it's running. Congratulations, you successfully deployed a container image to Cloud Run. Okay, successfully we deployed a sample container on Cloud Run. So if you observe this here, you can see connection is secure. So this is the certificate. Okay, so everything will be handled by uh, Google Cloud itself. Okay, so this is one of the serverless service which is provided by Google, which is Google Cloud Run. Okay, so up to now we deployed a sample application, right? So now if you have your own Docker image, so if you want to deploy that Docker image to Google Cloud Run, I will explain you that how you can deploy your own Docker image. That means your own Docker application. Okay, so let me come here and let me go back. So let me open this in a new tab, and here I will open Cloud Shell. Okay. So let's wait. Here it is loading. So directly select your Cloud Shell. So here not only Cloud Shell, you can use your shells whatever you want. So currently I'm going to clone a GitHub repository from my GitHub. So let's wait. It is going to authenticate. So meanwhile, let me open my GitHub. And I'll just select here sign in and repositories. And here I will use this test repo. Okay. So I will clone this repository. So I will clone this. I will copy this repository URL. I will come here and here I will do first ls. Okay. So git clone and we need to provide that repository URL. So we are going to clone that GitHub repository. Okay. This is the public repository. Okay. So if you are using your private repositories, you need to first provide your GitHub token. Okay. So let me come here. So here the repository name is test hyphen repo. So let me do ls. So here you can see test repo. So let me do ls test repo. Okay. So inside this we have all these files. So let me enter into this directory and ls. So here you can see we have all this. So this is a very small sample application, guys. Okay. So for video purpose, I'm going to deploy this only a sample application. So in this case, you can deploy your own container. Okay. So let me open this index.html file. So let me come down. So here you can see it will display only this message. Hello everyone from Google Cloud version final. Okay. So it will display only this message. So I will change this message. Hello everyone from version 0.1. Let me select here Google Cloud Run. Okay. So hello everyone from Google Cloud Run version 0.1. It will display. Okay. So now let me save this. Now we need to build a Docker image. Okay. Now Docker build hyphen t. Let me give the name like hello colon v1. And currently my Docker image, sorry, Docker file is in the same path, right? So that's where I'm going to select dot. Okay. So before deploying this, let's see the container port, on which port it is exposing. So directly hit here cat docker file. So currently my application is running on port 80. Okay, so we need to provide this port on Google Cloud Run. Okay, otherwise you may not access your application. Okay, so directly close this. Now let me hit here Docker images. So currently we have our Docker image, right? So now we need to push this Docker image to GCP artifact registry. Okay, so here GCP artifact registry is nothing but GCP artifact registry is a Google Cloud service which is used to store our Docker images. From here if you observe here, if you select deploy container and if you select your service, we need to take that image from either from artifact registry or else from Docker Hub. Okay, from these two we need to take that our Docker image. Okay, so currently I'm going to take my Docker image from artifact registry. So currently I built my Docker image, right? So this is the Docker image. So now I will put this Docker image to GCP artifact registry. From GCP artifact registry, I will pull to Cloud Run. Okay, so now let me open Cloud Run, sorry, artifact registry in a new tab, artifact registry. So this is the one. I will open this in a new tab, and here I will go back. So here already I have one repository. So let me delete this repository. So here I'm going to create a new repository. So directly select here create repository. So here repository name, let's give hello hyphen okay, let's give hello cloud run hyphen repo. So this is the name I'm giving. So here repo name you can give whatever you want. So format we are going to give Docker. So currently we are going to store our Docker images, right? So that's why here I'm going to select format as Docker, and mode I'm going with standard, and region. Here I'm going to store my Docker images in US Central 1. So here you can select the region whatever you want, and here I'm going to directly select here create. So now a artifact repository will be created. So now this artifact repository we are going to used to store our Docker images. Okay, so here you can see a repository has been created. So if I open this repository, inside we don't have single Docker image. Okay, so in Google Cloud we called as artifact registry. In AWS we called it as AWS ECR, Elastic Container Registry. Okay, it is similar to AWS ECR. So in AWS ECR, how we can store our Docker images, right? Similarly in Google Cloud, artifact registry is a service which is used to store our Docker images. Okay, so now let me tag my Docker image. So let me open this Cloud Shell, Docker tag, and hello, and we need to give the image name hello colon v1, and here we need to give the tag name. So here you need to copy this entire path usentral1 hyphen docker.pkg.dev, and this is our project id. Here you can see this is our project id, and after that this is our repository name. Okay, so directly copy this path and come here and paste that entire path here. So at last again you need to provide slash hello colon v1 and directly select here enter. Now directly hit docker images. So now a tagged image will be created. So you can see this is the tagged image. So now we need to push this docker image to GCP artifact registry. So simple. Now docker push and directly copy that tag path. At last you need to give colon v1 enter. So now this image will be pushed to GCP artifact registry. Okay, so from artifact registry we are going to pull to cloud run. Okay, so it is okay. Here you can see our image has been successfully pushed to GCP artifact registry. So let me open this artifact registry and let me refresh this page. Okay. So here you can see just now it is pushed. So let me open this hello. So inside this you can find your Docker image. So here you can see this is the Docker image and this is the tag name v1. Okay. So now let me create a new service on Cloud Run and let's deploy our own containerized image. So up to now we created a Docker image. Okay. So now we are going to deploy this Docker image to Cloud Run. you can directly open this and directly select your deploy container and directly select your service. So previously we deployed a sample container, right? So now we are going to take our Docker image from GCP artifact registry. So here you need to select this first option, deploy one revision from an existing container image. Okay. So here we are going to use registry as artifact registry. So in artifact registry only we stored our Docker image, right? So that's where I'm going to select this first option. So here directly select your select and directly drop down this. So here you can see this is the repository name, Hello Cloud Run Repo. So if you observe this and if you select your repositories, so here you can see repository name Hello Cloud Run Repo. So this is the repository name we have given. So here you need to see that name. Okay. So you need to see this name Hello Cloud Run Repo and rightly drop down this Hello. So currently we have only the single Docker image. So if you open this Hello, we have only the single Docker image. So here you can we have only the single Docker image. So now I want to deploy this Docker image. So directly select this. So this is the your application. Okay. So directly select your application and directly select your select. Okay. So here you can see we successfully provided our Docker image. Okay. So after that, here we need to provide our service name. So let me give the service name like Hello Cloud Run. Okay, so this is the name of the service I'm giving. So in this case you can give the name whatever you want. So here reason again, here I'm going to select US Central 1 and here you can see using this endpoint you can access your application. Okay, and here authentication, here I'm going to select allow unauthenticated invocations and here billing I'm going to select request based, and after that here currently I'm leaving this auto scaling and everything. So if you want to select this you can directly select to 1 or 2. Okay. Okay, so currently I'm going to select here 0 and ingress. Here I'm going to select all. That means allow direct access to service from internet. So from internet using this endpoint. So here you can see using this endpoint everyone can access your application. Okay. So now here this is the main thing. So directly drop down this. So here you need to give your container port. Okay. So let me come here. So let me select here ls and cat here directly hit docker file. So your currently my application is running on exposing on port 80. So here we need to provide our port. Okay. So here I'm going to select port as 80 and everything I'm going to leave this default. Okay. So if you want to adjust these resources like CPU and memory, you can directly adjust according to your application, guys. Okay. So I'm going to directly select create. So here you can see currently service has been created, IAM policy has been set up, creating revision has been created, routing traffic is also completed. So here you can see now our application can serve traffic 100% it is able to serve. So if you select here YAML, okay. So previously if I open this here you can see I said one of the point like Cloud Run runs on a Knative, okay, an open source framework that enables server workloads on Kubernetes, right? So here you can see if you observe this YAML, it will be similar to Kubernetes YAML files. Like here you can see API version, kind service, metadata, name, namespaces, self-link. So it will be similar to your Kubernetes deployment files. Here you can see under containers, you can provide name of the container and image and on which port it is running. And here you can see limits like CPU and memory. Here you can see probes, startup probes, and here you can see here you can find entire. So it will be similar to Kubernetes YAML files. Okay. Now let me try to access my own containerized application. So directly copy this URL and open a new tab and let me paste it here. Okay, and enter. Here you can see it is displaying hello everyone from Cloud Run version 0.1. So let me check this. Okay. So now if I clear the screen and let me do ls. So if I cat this index.html file. So here you can see hello everyone from Google Cloud Run version 0.1. So here you can see same output here it is showing. So hello everyone from Google Cloud version 0.1. So you can deploy your containerized application in seconds, guys. Okay, this is one of the beauty of Cloud Run. So again, the one thing is the connection will be very secure. So here you can see connection is secure. So this security will be also managed by Google Cloud itself. So this is one of the advantage of using this Google Cloud Run. Okay, so if you want to deploy your small applications, you can directly go with Google Cloud Run. Okay, so now currently we deployed a single version, right? So imagine this is a single version. So in future, if you want to deploy second version, so now I will explain you how we can deploy second version, and how we can deploy third version, and how we can uh, get back to previous version, and how we can manage traffic between all these three versions. I will explain you in detail now. Okay, so up to now we deployed only single version. Now I will work on different version. Okay, that means version 0.2 I will work on. Okay, so now again I will create one another Docker image. Before this, let me hit here Docker images, and let me remove this Docker image. Okay, let me remove this tag Docker image, Docker RMI, and here we need to give the entire tag. At last we need to give colon v1. Okay, so now directly hit Docker images. So currently we have only the single Docker image. So now let me select here ls and vim index.html. So here I'm going to change to version 0.2. Okay, let me keep this in insert mode and 2. Okay, so currently here you can see it is deployed only version 0.1. If I refresh this, here you can see we have only version 0.1. Now we modified to version 0.2. Okay, now I want to deploy my second version, so I will save this. So now I will create a second Docker image. So docker build -t, and after that we need to provide image name. So previously let me hit here Docker images. So previously we have given hello colon v1. Okay, now docker build -t hello colon v2 and dot. Okay, so now a Docker image will be created once again. So now here Docker images. Okay, so here you can see a new image has been created with the latest update. Okay, so now I will tag this Docker image docker tag, and here we need to provide that tag and directly uh, uh, go back from this and copy this entire path. Okay, copy this entire path, come here and paste that, and before this we need to hit hello colon v2. So this is the image, right? And after that we need to provide the tag, directly paste that. Oh, just a second guys, docker images, it got stuck. So docker tag hello colon v2, and we need to provide the tag, entire tag. Oh, it is coming like this. So let me copy this once again. Let me copy this entire path, and let me try to paste it this. Okay, and at last slash hello colon v2. Okay, now this docker image will be tagged. So here directly docker images. So here you can see this is the docker image. So now let me push this docker image to artifact registry. So if you observe this, so if you open this hello, currently we have only the single docker image with the tag v1, right? So now I'm going to push this second docker image. Let me copy this now, docker push, and copy paste this entire tag. At last you need to provide v2. So now, okay, so here there is a typo. I just misread DOCKER. Okay, and now directly select here enter. Now this second image will be pushed to GCP artifact registry. Okay, so let's wait. It is pushing. So here you can see second Docker image also successfully it is pushed. So let me open this and let me refresh this entire page. So here you can see just now second update has been pushed. Okay, that means so this is the second Docker image. So now if you want to deploy this second update, I will explain you how we can deploy. Okay, so now you can directly jump onto this Google Cloud Run. So here you can see this is the service. So here you need to jump onto revisions, and here you need to select edit and deploy new revision. So directly select this, and here you need to select your second image. So directly select here, select, and directly drop down this, and directly select here hello. So currently it is showing v1, right? So let me refresh this. So now here you can see v2. So select, drop down this, and directly drop down this hello. So now here you can see just now it is showing. So just now it is updated. So directly select this V2 and select. Now here you can see second application is also running on port 80. So if you updated your Docker file to some another different port, that means if you updated your expose port, you need to change that, you need to update that port here also, guys. Okay, then only you can access your application. Okay, so here I'm going to select port 80, and here I'm not going to change any of the resources, that means memory and CPU and health checks and everything. So directly I'm going to select here deploy. So currently here you can see it is showing version 0.1, right? Within some time you can see your version 2. So here you can see currently it is routing traffic to version V2. So here you can see now 100% traffic, it is going to the latest image. Okay. So now let me update this revision tags. So this is the second version, right? So that's why here I'm going to select V2. Okay. So version 02. Okay. So this is the second version, right? So that's where I'm going to provide like this. And here also this is the first version, right? Version 01. Directly save this. So now let me access my second version. So here you can see currently it is version 0.1. Now if I refresh this, here you can see automatically it is updated to version 0.2. And here you can see our application is also secure. Okay. Now, entire resources will be managed by Google Cloud itself, guys. Okay. One thing you need to do, only you can directly build your Docker image. You need to push that Docker image to artifact registry, and you need to update the Docker image on Cloud Run. Okay. This is what you need to do. Everything will be managed by Google Cloud itself. So again, now if you want to update your third version, so again you can directly come here, clear the screen, Docker images. Now Docker RMI. Let me remove this image. V2, and let me hit Docker images. Okay. So now VIM index.html. So here I'm going to modify to version 0.3. Okay. So currently this version is 0.2. In future, if you're going to work on different version, you can directly modify your Docker image, guys. Here you can see currently I'm modifying here my application. Sorry, not your Docker image. So currently I'm modifying my application, and I'm going to save this application. So if you want to modify your Docker file, you can modify your Docker file. So currently my expose port is running on port 80. So I'm leaving this by default. Okay. So now I just updated my application, and I'm going to build Docker image. So before this, let me select your Docker images. Okay. So currently we have only two versions. So so currently I have worked on third version. So now I want to deploy my third version. Okay. So the first thing is you need to build your Docker image. Okay. Docker build -t hello colon v3 and dot. Okay. Now directly select here Docker images. So this is the third Docker image. So right now it is created. So after this we need to tag this Docker image. Docker tag hello colon v3 v3, and here we need to provide that entire tag path, guys. Okay, that means you need to provide your repository path. Okay, us central one hyphen docker.pkg.dev, and this is our project ID, and this is the repository name. You need to copy this path, and you need to come here, and you need to paste it here. At last you need to do slash hello colon v3. Okay, so this is the new image. So it got tagged. Now directly hit here Docker images. So here you can see this is the new Docker image with version 3. Okay, now directly push Docker push, and you need to provide that entire path here, and at last you need to hit your tag v3. Okay, now this Docker image will be pushed to GCP artifact registry. Okay, so now in this repository you can see your third Docker image. Okay, so currently it is displaying only two Docker images, right? So within less than, so here you can see our image got pushed to Docker artifact registry. Okay, so let me come here and let me refresh this page. Now here you can see third version. So here you can see tags v3. Just now it is pushed. So now currently our image is ready. So now again you can directly jump onto your Cloud Run. Simple, guys. Here you can see currently directly jump onto revisions and directly select here edit and deploy new revision. Okay. So here you need to select your third version. That means you need to select your third Docker image. So directly select here, select, and directly drop down this, and directly drop down this hello. So here you can see currently it is not updated here. So directly refresh this entire page. And again directly select here, select, and here directly drop down this and hello, and here you need to select this v3. So here you can see just now it is updated, guys. Okay, so this is the third version Docker image. So directly select this and select. So here it is updated. So this application is also running on port container port 80, and here resources I'm going to leave this by default. Okay, so again, so if you're running some of the large applications, you can directly increase your CPUs, and here you can directly increase your memory. Okay. So currently I'm deploying a very small application, right? So that's why I'm going to select here by default memory, which is 512 MB and one CPU. Okay. So I'm going to leave health checks and everything by default and directly select here deploy. Okay. So now here third version, you need to see here version 0.3. Okay. So let me check this whether it is updated or not. So currently it is, here you can see it is updating, guys. Okay. So let's wait. So after updating this, I will modify this revision tag also. I'm going to change this to version v0.v03. So that means we can identify our services in a simple way by seeing these tags. Okay. So currently here you can see currently entire traffic is going to version 02. Okay. So here you can see updated to new image. That means 100% of the traffic it is going to this Docker image. So let me update this tag to version 03. Okay. Save this. Okay. So currently it is modified. So currently here you can see it is displaying 0.2. So if I refresh this, within seconds it will modify to our new version. Okay, here you can see version 0.3. Okay, so this is how within seconds you can deploy your applications on Google Cloud Run. Okay, so now imagine if your current version is not working fine, if you want to jump to previous version. So now I will explain you how we can jump to previous version. So you can directly jump onto Cloud Run. So here now directly select this, directly select here edit and deploy new revision, and here directly select here select and directly drop down this and hello. And currently now if you want to jump on to version 1, that means if you want to expose your application version 1, you can directly select this v1 and directly select here select and directly select here deploy. Okay, so now 100% traffic will go to version 1. Okay, so let me check this. So currently here you can see it is updating. So within 15 to 20 seconds it will update, guys. Okay, so let's wait, it is loading. So try to follow this blog, guys. Okay, let me open my blog once. Okay, so let me keep it here. So try to follow this blog, guys. So by following this blog, you can deploy a sample application. So here you can see up to here we deployed a sample application, and from here we deployed our own containerized application. And from here we updated with the different new Docker images. And now we need to discuss on how we can manage traffic between multiple container revisions. Okay, so now let me check this. So here you can see it got updated. So now let me come here and let me refresh this page. Okay, so here you can see now currently it is diverting traffic to version 0.1. Okay, so this is how you can roll back. Okay, so now I will explain you how we can manage traffic between all these revisions, that means all these versions. Okay, so directly jump on to this cloud run. So previously we updated from here, right? Deploy and edit and deploy new version. So by selecting here manage traffic, you can manage each and everything, guys. Okay, so I will explain you. So currently it is deploying, it is diverting our traffic to version 0.1, right? So now if you want to expose your version 2, okay, 100% to version 2, you can directly jump onto this cloud run and directly select here manage traffic and directly select your second version. Okay, here you can see this is my second version. Okay, that's why here if you select your tags like this, so here you can see, let me close this. So if you provide your tags like version with the different tags, you can identify your Docker images, guys. Okay, so here you can see here all, if you observe these images, it will be similar, but you can identify by using this image tags. Okay, so now currently we are seeing version 0.1. Now I want to deploy my second version, so you can directly select this version 0.2, and here traffic I want to provide 100% of traffic, and let me delete this and let me save this. Okay, so now my 100% of traffic will be automatically modified to version 0.2. Okay, so here you can see version 0.2. So not only by editing this, by selecting this edit and deploy new revision, you can directly modify by selecting this manage traffic itself. Okay, so now I will explain you one thing. Now if you want to split your traffic to all these three services, I will explain you how you can deploy, how you can achieve that. So directly select this manage traffic. So directly select here first version. Okay, and here I'm going to select second version and add reason, and here I'm going to select my third version. Okay, so I want to serve traffic to these three versions. Okay, so you need to serve 50% of traffic to version 1. You can need to provide your traffic percent. So here I'm going to select 50% and 25% to version 2 and 25% to version 3. Okay, now if you select so here you can see for version 1 it will divert 50% of traffic. For version 2 and version 3 we are going to provide 50% of traffic. So directly select here save. So now it will act like as a load balancer, guys. Okay, let me save this. So currently it is add to. Now let me come here. So here you can see currently it is showing version 0.2, right? So if I refresh this, so here you can see request has gone to version 0.3. If I refresh this, so here you can see request has gone to version 0.1. That means this cloud run is diverting traffic to all these three revisions, guys. Okay, so you can manage that using this you can achieve that using this manage traffic. So it will work like a load balancer service. Okay, so here you can see again I'm going to refresh this. Here you can see we have given 50% rate, so that's why here again request has gone to version 0.1. So let me refresh this once again. So here you can see request has gone to 0.3. Again refresh this. Here you can see again it gone to 0.3. Now here you can see request has gone to version 0.1. Request has gone to version 0.2, and let me refresh this. Again it gone to version 0.2. Now it is gone to version 0.1. Okay, so this is how it works, guys. Okay, so but 50% of the request will only go to version 0.1, guys. Why? Because means we have given 50% weightage to only version 0.1. Okay, so here you can see by selecting your manage traffic, you can achieve that everything. So after that, if you want to divert traffic to only a single service, you can directly select your manage traffic and you can directly remove your two revisions. So currently, if you want to divert only to version 0.3, so here you can see currently it is version 0.1, right? So 100% of traffic, if you want to divert to version 0.3, you can directly select that, and here you need to provide 100% of traffic and directly select your save. So now 100%. So here you can see within seconds it is updated. So let me come here and let me refresh this. So here you can see it is going to version 0.3. If you continuously refresh this, traffic will go to only version 0.3. Okay. So this is how you can work with Google Cloud Run. Okay. So this is one of the beautiful service which is provided by Google Cloud. Okay. So and yes, that's it for today's video. So after completing your labs and everything, try to terminate each and everything. Why? Because means Google Cloud will charge some of the amount from you. Okay. After completing everything, try to delete entire resources, guys. Okay. So you can directly go back, and here you can see, so this is the default service. So default service is also up and running. So if you observe this, currently we deployed two different services, right? For for two different services we have two different endpoints. Okay, so here you can see this is the sample service. For this we have one of the different endpoint, and endpoint is also secure. So here you can see connection is secure. So this is the second deployment. For this deployment, endpoint is different. Okay, and connection is also secure. Okay, so this is how you can deploy different types of services into Cloud Run, guys. Okay, so try to learn this Google Cloud Run. So in future I will make some other videos on Google Cloud Run. Okay, so some advanced videos on Google Cloud Run. Okay, so And yes, now I will delete this two services. So directly select this service and directly select here delete and delete. So now default will be deleted. So now this will not work. So if I refresh this immediately, it will not work. So here you can say error page not found. Okay, but it will work, guys. Why? Because it is up and running. Okay. So now one thing I forgot it to show you. So if you open this your service, so if you want to see logs for this deployment, okay, directly come here and directly jump on. So here you can see currently it is displaying metrics and everything. Metrics like request count, request latencies, and container instance count. You can see every metrics, guys, here. Okay. So now if you want to see logs of your service, you can directly select this. So here you can see these are all the logs. Okay, Mozilla 5.0 Windows NT. So here you can see you can find all the logs of your application. Okay, so in triggers you can manage your traffic. Okay, so let me select here trigger. Okay, it is not showing, so we drop down this. Okay, okay, leave this, no problem. So in networking you can see your endpoints of your application. So here you can see VPC, it is displaying none. Okay, and security in YAML you can see everything whatever you want, guys. Okay, so this is what I want to show you. So I will go back and I will directly delete this entire service. I directly select this and delete and delete. So now this endpoint will not work. Let me refresh this. So here you can see within fraction of seconds it was not working. Okay, let me close this and let me open this. So here you can see currently we don't have even single cloud run service. Okay, so this is how you can deploy your applications on Google Cloud Run. You can deploy your sample applications, or else you can deploy your own containerized applications. Okay, so now if you want to delete your artifact registry, directly open this and directly select this artifact registry, directly select here delete and delete. Okay, so now artifact registry also will be deleted. Okay. Okay. And yes, that's it for today's video. And if you like my video, please do like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. And see you in the next video. And bye.